Howdy, y'all. It's your buckaroo, Lauren.
And your favorite commentator, Holden Merkel.
And your girl, Sage.
And the real homie, Kaylin.
And today we are going to be talking about cold cases.
I'm talking about the case in Grove City, Ohio, in Franklin County. This guy is the person who created the water car. This case obviously still hasn't been solved till this day. Yes, Holden?
The water car.
The water car is what everyone calls it. It literally ran on water.
All right, go on.
All right. So, a waiter serves this guy. I'll find his name. I can't find it right now. But a waiter serves this guy a glass of cranberry juice or some type of juice, and then, but they say that we don't know for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it was chosen for a dessert. This man immediately after the first sip suddenly gets up as he's gone crazy, holds his hand around his neck, and he loses his breath and runs out into the parking lot, collapses to the ground, pronounces his last words, "They poisoned me."
What?
Yeah.
They poisoned me?
Yeah, that was his last words.
Oh.
Steve Robinette is the lead detective on the case who collected testimonies of everyone in the parking lot, including the final disturbing words of the man who immediately identifies as Stanley Meyer.
Stanley Cup.
Meyer. A citizen of Grove City, his brother, Stephen, was one of the four of the table, and he heard the words spoken at the end of his life. Robinette is not the only one, not one for internal investigations, but he performed toxicology analysis, which gave no significant results, and he also spoke to the coroner, who attributed to his death to the brain aneurysm. Yeah, they pronounce it as a brain aneurysm till today. He closed the case file, sealed it with a colored elastic band, and wrote to the cover, "Death by natural causes." Formally, the case was now resolved. So yeah, that was the case of Stanley Meyer.
I thought cold cases are cases that aren't resolved.
Yeah, it was never solved. The culprit was
You
never
just
caught.
said it's now resolved.
Well, what Kaylin meant to say is that they found out how he died, not who made him die, I think.
Yeah.
So it's still technically unsolved because someone was still at large afterwards.
Yeah, the person who poisoned / killed him is still roaming around.
So don't try and put water in your car, otherwise you'll get poisoned too.
Before he died, he put the blueprint on Google.
Nice.
So yeah, case of Stanley Meyer, everybody.
Mine is Spring Garden police are investigating 2 business robberies that occurred in January of 2022. The robberies are believed to have been perpetuated by the same
Perpetuated.
by the same actor on Wednesday, January 5th of 2022 at approximately 1:45 p.m. The pictured male suspect robbed the A+ Sunoco located address, whatever. The pictured male suspect robbed a Family Dollar. The suspect is described as a Hispanic male.
You're describing the depiction
Hispanic male, approximately 5'5" to 5'7" tall with a thin build. What is that?
Very skinny build.
Okay, that's what I thought. He was wearing a black and dark gray knit hat during both robberies. The suspect vehicle is described as a silver mid-200s Honda Odyssey. The suspect is believed to be involved in other similar crimes in the York area in the early of 2022. So yeah, they still haven't caught him. He's just out in the loose. Robbed a Family Dollar.
Is that like dollar store?
Yeah.
It's a dollar store, it sounds like.
It's a dupe of Dollar Tree, in general.
A dupe?
A dupe.
Yeah, it's a dupe. I like that word.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yeah, good job.
Good cold case.
Yeah.
And now for my cold case, I'll be talking about Emanuela Orlandi, which was from a case from 1983. Emanuela Orlandi was a 15-year-old schoolgirl from the Vatican who disappeared without a trace almost 40 years ago. Emanuela Orlandi was on her way home from a flute lesson in Rome when she disappeared near the city's Piazza Navona. I don't know how to pronounce that. The vanishing of Orlandi, the daughter of a Vatican employee, has horrified and intrigued Italians for decades. And there have been many theories around her disappearance, but none have ever come to a conclusion that have answered what happened to her.
Do you think Frankie has heard of this?
I mean, I guess it's possible.
You'd be surprised.
I mean, he probably does know it because he's a smart guy and he knows just about everything. He's great at like every sport he's ever played.
Even he claims not to play.
But that's besides the point.
He's now stop talking about Frankie.
There have been some claims to Emanuela Orlandi's disappearance say it was an attempt to blackmail the Vatican to release Mehmet Ali Agca, who was a Turk that was arrested in 1981 because he tried to kill Pope John Paul II.
What?
Yeah.
Not Pope.
Others say it was a connection to the grave of Enrico de Pedis, a mobster buried in a Rome Ballistica who was a boss inside the Magliana Band crime organization. Investigators looked into the possibility that she'd been kidnapped by members of the Banda della Magliana in an attempt to recover money lost by crime groups when the Banco Ambrosiano, a Vatican-linked bank, collapsed. Now, after 39 years after Orlandi vanished, evidence linking De Pedis has emerged in testimony given in 2008 by a former mobster named Salvatore Sarnataro, who pointed the finger at his own son, and De Pedis was speaking to the police at the time. Sarnataro said his son, Marco, a gang member, had confessed to taking part in an operation to follow and kidnap Orlandi on the orders of De Pedis, who in addition to being a crime boss was also a member of the Opus Dei. Don't know what that is. According to Sarnataro, Marco was ordered by De Pedis to tail the teenager for days before he and two others took her in a BMW to Rome's Ur Lakes district before handing her off to another crime boss who took her away. According to the newspaper, Sarnataro Sr. said that his son passed the teenager on to Sergio Vertu, who is believed to have been De Pedis' bodyguard. Where she was taken from there is unknown. So yeah, I kind of just paraphrased a lot of that. I don't know a whole lot else, but yeah, never found out what happened to her, where she ended up, or if she's alive or dead at this point. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Shout out to Italy and Francesco, because we do that every episode.
That's fair.
This cold case is called The Boy in the Box. It was the year 1957 in Philadelphia when a hunter found the bruised body of a boy in a JCPenney's box. The boy, around 4 to 6 years old, was naked and wrapped in a flannel. He seemed to have died from blows to the head, fearing his muskrat traps would be... I don't know what that word is.
What word? Confiscated.
By police. The hunter didn't report the body. It was 2 days later when a college student found the body
A college student?
Yeah, a college student. Police started on the case of American's unknown child. It immediately attracted the media's attention, and flyers of the boy were seen throughout Pennsylvania. Although police received thousands of leads, they were never able to recover the identity of the young boy. They tried tracing back the JCPenney box and checking the boy's fingerprints, but everything led to a dead end. However, there were 2 promising leads of note. One lead involved a foster home lady located 1.5 miles away. A medical examiner who pursued the case until his death, had physically to the foster home where he found a bassinet similar to the one that was sold in the box, hanging on the clothesline, where blankets much like the one wrapped around the boy. He believed the body belonged to the stepdaughter of the man who ran the home, and she didn't want to be found as an unwed mother. Police interviewed the couple but closed the investigation. In 2003, they opened the case again when interviewing a woman identified as M, who claimed her abusive mother brought the child back in 1954. According to her, her mother killed the boy in a fit of rage. Because M was mentally unstable, the investigation was closed as well, leaving the boy to remain American's unknown child.
Okay. There's a lot to that.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, man, why? Oh, never mind. I thought the bell was going to ring. I just cut that part out. But yeah, I was just going to ask, man, if you saw that out there, why would you not report that? But then I thought, if I saw the corpse of a person out in the woods as I was walking, I would just kind of ignore that too. So you know what?
Well,
I feel like I'd
he
get
was
really
a
scared
stupid
right
hunter
away.
too.
Exactly. I would want
Stupid
nothing
hunter.
to do with that.
Yeah.
And I would just go home immediately and
then
try
I'd
and
feel
forget about it.
Ugh, my water. But then I feel bad because
Kind of a stupid hunter though, but they wouldn't be focused on you; they'd be focused on the body. I think.
That one was something. So
different
yeah,
than all of ours.
a little bit. So yeah, cold cases. Interesting topic. Not a very cheerful one.
No.
But
You can do better.
probably our topics haven't been amazing this season. But yeah, podcast over.